Hi, my friend. Today I would like to talk about how to solve the conflict in broken relationship. Those 7 steps can help manage any conflict in any kinds of relationship. I will keep it short. I will paraphrase verses from the Bible for better understanding. Let us look first in one condition which brings us happiness. It says in Matthew 5:9 about peacemakers that if you are a peacemaker, it proves that you are a child of God. Let us look at what is not a peacemaking first. It is avoiding and appeasing. Avoiding means I always sweep all conflicts under a rug. It is cowardice. Appeasing means I always give in. They always have their way. Peace at any price. It is codependency. These are some problems which unresolved conflicts bring. A. It blocks our friendship with God. For to be in right relationship with God, you have to be right with people. As it is said in 1 John 4:20. If you claim that you love God and hate others, makes you a liar. It's pretty clear. B. It blocks our prayers from being answered. God is love. He wants you to learn to love all. When you are in conflict, you are not loving. In 1 Peter 3:7, Bible says, if you do not treat a wife or others with respect, God does not answer your prayers. God does not listen to you. C. It blocks our happiness. You may earn a lot of money, become famous, powerful, but if your relationship stinks, life stinks. If you go on vacation and quarrel, it is not a happy time. Here the law of sowing and reaping apply. If you sow 1 grain, you will reap hundreds of grains. The same applies with our deeds. If we sow gossip, anger, bitterness, or generosity, kindness, praise, we will reap what we sow, but 100 times more. Okay, let's jump into 7 steps of conflict resolution and relationship restoration. First step. You make first step. Take initiative. Be a peacemaker, not a peacekeeper. God says that reconciliation is so important in Matthew 5:23-24 that when you come to the church and you remember that you have a conflict, He says leave it at once and go first reconcile with another person. It means you have to work out disagreement. You do not postpone, delay, or make any excuses. Conflict resolution is not accidental, but intentional. If you hold resentment, it only gets worse. The only way to resolve conflict, to face it, but fear holds us from resolution. Remember how Adam hid from God. He was afraid, and fear makes us distant, demanding, defensive. We feel insecure. Where do we take courage to make a first step? The Bible teaches us that there is no fear in love. When a mother runs into flames to rescue her child, her love exceeds her fear. Say, Holy Spirit, fill me with your love. As we learn from 2 Timothy 1:7, which says that Holy Spirit gives power and love. That leads us to second step. Second step, ask God for wisdom. You made a decision to manage the conflict. Now ask God when, how, what to say, and God will gladly help you. As James 1:5 tells us, ask God and He will tell you what to do, the best way to do it, and deal with conflict. Be manly. Now we get practical in the third step. Third step, I begin with what is my fault. I do not start with what you have done wrong. I can always find something to confess, my mistake, even if it is small as poor response, because the cause of conflict is selfishness, and it is inside me. If I am full of peace, almost nothing can upset me. But if ego, pride, or I am full of me, anything can irritate me. Real source of conflict are not jerks around me, but what is going inside me. James 4:1 says it clearly. Cause of conflict, selfish desires inside you. We are all different, and we disagree, but we can handle it in loving, kind, gentle way and live without distress. If I want to have good relationships, friendships, in marriage, work, school, I need to think less about me and more about others. And the Proverbs 13:10 teaches us that pride only leads to arguments, or quarrels, or conflicts. This is the miracle phrase. If you use it, it has the power to break any hard conflict. Memorize it. I'm sorry. I was only thinking of myself. Again, I'm sorry. I was only thinking of myself. And the reason you have to come to conflict with apology is you have weaknesses you do not see. We are all imperfect. We have blind spots which we cannot see. That is why you have to come to conflict with your own faults. As Matthew 7:5 says, that you notice a piece of dust in another, but you do not see the big piece of wood in your own eye. Ask yourself, am I being ungrateful? Am I being oversensitive or insensitive? Do honest evaluation of your blind spots. 4 steps. I listen to their hurt and their perspective. Good teacher, businessman, starts with the needs, hurt, interests of others. If you want to connect with people, always listen before speaking. Listening is the key to diffuse the conflict because people feel validated. James 1:19 insists that we must listen first and be careful what we say. And you become most like Jesus when you listen to hurts of someone else. Jesus on the cross focused on your salvation, not on his pain. Try to understand before seeking understanding. Try to see their perspective. It is good if you get to know the jerk better, and you will understand more why he is that way. Maybe he was abused as a child. Romans 15:2 teaches us to be considerate of doubts and fears of others and encourage us to please another and build him up in the Lord. It will help you to be more patient. Overcome this problem. My fears are normal. Your fears are stupid. No, my friend. All fears are irrational. I myself have no fear anymore, because love rescued me from every fear. If you do that, conflicts will go down. 5th step. I speak the truth tactfully. Say truth with good humor, patience, kindness, and love. Some people say, I say it as it is. That could be rude. It means you do not care about others. Harshness may destroy your soul and spoil the best cause. In Ephesians 4:15, wisdom says, speak the truth in love. Notice, if you say offensively, it will be received defensively. People will remember how you made them feel for a long time. They will not remember words, but emotions behind the words. People receive truth faster and easier when the truth is wrapped in love. Truth without love is resisted, and Proverbs 12:18 confirms that reckless words hurt the heart, but wise words heal, as well as Ephesians 4:29. Do not use harmful words, but only helpful words, which build up. 6th step. Fix the problem, not another person. Hit the issue, not your partner. Realize that you are at the same team. Do not blame one another. Colossians 3:8 reminds us to rid of this: anger, malice, filthy language. Never intimidate anybody with anger or threats. Do not label, belittle others. Do not be a psychologist. I know why you did it, while you yourself do not know your own motives. 7th step. Focus on reconciliation, not on solving all problems. Reestablish relationships and peace. Disagree without being disagreeable, rude. Be a bridge builder. Promote reconciliation as 2 Corinthians 5:18-20 urge us to be ministers of restoration of relationships, and we beg you to restore your relationship with God. May it be your priority. We love you, my friend. May God bless you on your way to eternal life. Bye.